All right, so maybe we'll start. My name is Greg Topakian, and I'll be guiding this morning's session. So, good morning to you all. Welcome. Welcome to the Mind the Moment Tuesday morning meditation session, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. It's a special opportunity for me to be here with you and to have this opportunity to practice mindfulness together and to see how it can help us live our lives, because that's what it's really all about. As we've done for a long time, um, I've posted a question in the chat box. Uh, in case you don't see it, I'll read it to you. How do we nudge our minds in the direction of gratitude? And as you're pondering that question, I'll just say a few words about what we're going to do today, and then we'll get into practice. So we're on this mindfulness path together, and we're beginning to learn how to settle the mind down. And I'm going to say most of us, all of us, have begun to appreciate some of the benefits of this practice. A little more calm, a little less reactive, a little more patient, resilient, a little more able to be with what life presents to us. I mean, these are special qualities of mind for us to try to cultivate. And on this path, we've heard rumors that there are other qualities of mind, other mind states that resonate with mindfulness. I like to think of them as rounding out mindfulness, so it's not just all about mind and brain, but it's as much about the body and as much about the heart. And so we hear phrases like embodied mindfulness or heartfulness. And these complementary practices really serve us in how we engage with life, how others treat us, how we treat others, and just for making for a little bit more graceful experience for us all. Some of these qualities are called kindness, compassion, patience. And today, we're going to start with what's often considered the first of these complementary mind states, and that's gratitude. I can see that some of you said I'm starting one of the responses on the chat is I've started writing down what I'm grateful for each day. Good habit to get into, just to remind us. Another one of you says, I think it's natural to be on the side of negative and complaining. It's true. We have that tendency. I think we need to have awareness and consciously make an effort to choose gratefulness. I use it as a stress mitigator. Gratitude makes you happier. Indeed, it does. I don't think we have to think too hard to arrive at why gratitude is good for us. When we're more grateful, when we appreciate more what we have in life, it's easier for us to have peace in the mind, to have calm in the mind. It's easier for us to act with generosity to others. It's easier for us to treat others better. It's easier for us to not be so focused on what we don't have and so much on striving, but to just be able to be in the moment. And another person wrote, I pause a few times a day to appreciate the moment. Beautiful, right? It's not like we have to sit down for 10 or 15 minutes at a time. It's just even just one breath, one look at the blue sky, one look at the smile of somebody else. Someone else says, I read somewhere that you are not able to feel resentful when you focus on what you are grateful for. Yeah, there is a line of thought that in any mind moment, it can either be, you can either have access to what's considered wholesome qualities or unwholesome qualities. And so if we're uh, tilting in the direction of gratitude and generosity and kindness and calm, then it's true, there isn't really any space for anger, resentfulness, and so forth, selfishness. These other qualities are often called the divine contemplations. And the good thing about them is no matter where we are on the spectrum of naturally feeling grateful, of naturally experiencing gratitude, we can all cultivate that tendency for ourselves. So we become a little bit more inclined to feel it, to have it arise for us. Janice says, I look for beauty, often finding it in nature, and focus my mind on that. Absolutely. Why not? So thank you for those offerings. And I thought we could begin a practice together. So I'll invite you to find a comfortable position for yourself, closing your eyes if you're comfortable with that, helping to minimize distraction, to help attention to go inward, and checking in with body and bodily sensations. Is there a way for you to adjust your posture, tilting to the right or left, forward or back, that makes it a little more comfortable for you, a little more restful? Looking for that balance in our sitting posture between relaxation and effort. To help the body feel ease, but also summoning enough energy that we stay awake. Because after all, this is a practice about wakefulness, noticing, being aware. And we're learning how to do that in a restful way. We're resting the mind on the present moment. So your posture, your back, your spine is relatively straight. Perhaps the shoulders are back a little bit. And all we're doing here is sitting and breathing. And we're knowing that we're sitting and breathing. Can that be enough in this moment? Just to appreciate this moment of being right here with others. You might notice your hands resting on your lap, feeling that contact, feeling those sensations. Awareness of the body is the entryway, the gateway to being awake, being aware. You notice your feet making contact with the floor. And in the background, there's breathing, sitting, feeling the body as you breathe, offering relaxation. And what I thought we'd do this morning is a number of practices that help to arouse gratitude, to help it be more likely that gratitude, appreciation will rise for us. First practice is a very simple one. I'd like to invite you to call up how it is that you first wake up in the morning. You're lying down, suddenly there's something percolating in the mind, thoughts for the day. And rather than getting involved in planning or worrying or even eagerly being excited, why not tap into a moment of gratitude? And to help with that, what's often suggested is that we place some object on the night table right next to us. It could be a photo of a special person or place or people in your life, or some other object, something from nature. And just to let your gaze go there, first thing in the morning, picture of that special someone or someone's, beautiful place. And that's where we direct our attention. I have something on my night table. What would it be for you? Just imagine, just turning attention there. Let all that busy mind planning, anticipating, just wait for a minute. The second gratitude practice, one that I spend a couple of minutes on every morning as part of my longer morning meditation, is to call up one or more of a number of dimensions of your life for which you are grateful, and to consider two aspects of that dimension. How is it that you feel that appreciation in the body and heart? And if others have helped you to have this in your life, how do you say thank you to them? How do you show appreciation for what they've offered you? So it could be dimensions like your health. Now, health is a tricky one. Probably none of us have perfect health. We're humans after all. But here we are, it's a Tuesday morning. We're well enough to be sitting here practicing mindfulness together. Can we just tap into how special that is? Be well enough to be sitting and breathing, engaging in these contemplations. How does the body signal to us that we truly do appreciate this? Or another dimension in our life might be our connections with others, our relations with others. Of course, none of us are perfect, and probably none of our relationships are perfect, but we know how special it is to know deep down when someone is really there for us when we need them, and we know that. When push comes to shove, someone really has our best interest at heart. Do we know how special that is, and how do we know it? How does the body feel it? Or another dimension might be for all the resources which are available to us. Yes, I know we live in the West, and the message is often that we need to buy this or that. We don't have enough. We need to get this, we need to get that in order to be complete, in order to be whole. But can we just take a moment, recognize all that we do have? Simple things. You turn this handle and clean water comes out. You turn another handle and it's actually hot. We pull on this other handle and this door opens and there's food in there. And we simply tap into how special that is. How much comfort it offers, how safe it makes us feel. Are there particular people who have helped us in some way, supported us in getting an education or a job that allows us to provide for ourselves and our families? Another dimension that, I don't know, I hope it doesn't sound corny to you, but I'm grateful that somehow, one way or another, I came across these teachings of mindfulness, that it was possible to train the mind, to cultivate more healthy, more wholesome, more helpful habits. Recognize that it takes a while, but that it is possible. Possible to create space in our lives, to not be victims of old reactive habits. If we do, to notice afterwards and be inspired to continue to evolve. It's possible. The third gratitude practice that I often practice in the evening at the end of the day is, rather than general themes, to actually name for myself specific things that happened during the day, communication I had with particular people, things that I saw or heard or tasted, touched. Thankful for the blue sky. Thankful for that fresh corn that I bought and steamed and ate. Little things. Why not? And finally, one last gratitude practice, which is to call into mind a particular person that you'd like to thank for whatever help they've offered you. How would you do that? How would it feel? Maybe it seems natural to do that. Maybe it doesn't. Can you imagine taking a chance to do that with someone, even if it's a little out of your comfort zone to do that, just to experiment? and I'll count backwards from 3. And when I get to 1, I'll invite you to reopen your eyes and come back to the group. Not that you can see them. I guess this is a webinar. If you have any final chats, I'll invite you to offer them in the chat box. I see a question from Ellen. Do we rock back and forth like you do or be still? I would say whatever feels comfortable for you. Sometimes I'm still, sometimes with my breathing, I rock back and forth, but it's whatever works for each one of us. You're welcome. Yeah, so this gratitude, it really is gratitude and generosity. If you go back in the history of mindfulness practices, you'll find that the teachings often start with these two qualities. How can we create conditions in our lives that make it more likely that we appreciate what we do have? We have something that's good. Yes, there's difficulty out there and challenges for sure, not to whitewash that. But rather than walk down old habitual paths of knowing what we don't have, how about clearing out that path where we're in touch with what we do have? Why not? One of my favorite teachers is a Vietnamese monk named Thich Nhat Hanh. Many of you perhaps have heard his name. He's someone who has had as much to do with bringing mindfulness to the West as anybody. He has many chants and offerings that I often say to myself, and one of them goes like this: life can be difficult at times, but there is also in our lives opportunities for beauty and joy, like the blue sky, like the sunrise or sunset, the eyes of a baby, the smile of a loved one. It would be a shame to miss these things. And he continues, we can train the mind to know joy, to know peace, to know contentment. So have a good day. Take periodic moments during the day to notice what you do have, and I look forward to practicing with you sometime in the future. Bye now. Thank you for showing up.